Hello everyone, this is Sergeant Kizmaz here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about promotion board. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like the video and hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. After you join the army, in order to become sergeant or staff sergeant, you have to meet 3 criteria. 1. Going to promotion board. 2. Meet the cut-off score, which is promotion points. 3. PME, professional military education. I will explain promotion point and PME in upcoming videos. Also, as of now, the third one, which is PME, is not required technically, but still you have to go to PME to validate your rank. So as of now, before you go to PME, you can become sergeant or staff sergeant. But this, I think, is gonna be changed soon. Let's get back to topic. I'm gonna basically touch the things you have to pay attention when you go in the board. So the board, to be honest with you, is easy. Don't scare to go to board. If you study the topic in the MOI, you're gonna get the P status, no matter what. When I was specialist, I was thinking to get out of the army because something happened and I didn't wanna stay in the army anymore. I was thinking to finish my initial contract and then get out. So, but later on, my first sergeant, my platoon sergeant, and everybody else encouraged me to stay because they knew me and they want the best for me actually. And then I re-enlist again. At that time, they told me, especially my platoon sergeant told me, hey, your name is come up on the list, you have to go to promotion board. I said, platoon sergeant, I'm getting out, I'm ETSing soon. Why should I go to promotion board? He told me, hey, this is mandatory for you from now on. You gotta go. If you are in my platoon, you gotta go to promotion board. I say, roger that, platoon sergeant. And then I get the MOI from the S1 and start study the topics in the MOI. So basically, you have to know the NCO creed. That's most important things in the promotion board. If you mess up with the NCO creed, you might be not get recommended for the next rank. Sometimes they ask in army song. Since we are under the first corps, they ask in first corps song as well. Also, sometimes they ask in soldier's creed. Those 4 things are must. You have to know. Those 4 things, I get them done and put them aside out of the way. And then I start going deep in the MOI. Sometimes they ask in like sharp, weapon, land nav, first aid, guard duty, wear and appearance, custom courtesy. They can ask from any regulation. It depends on your unit because every unit has different MOIs. You gotta check the MOI and see what they're gonna asking because they're not going off that MOI. If you study those regulations which is stated in MOI, you're gonna get the P status. So that's the study portion. So let's go the actual board, what happened in the board. This is still is my first board actually, like when I was specialist. I'm gonna go explain that first. I get up in the morning, I went to PT, came back, changed to ASU. If you have AGSU or ASU, you're gonna wear one of them. So I wear my ASU and I went to battalion. To be honest with you, I was like so excited, nervous, and like everything like in my mind like going like this. Command Sergeant Major came and then he say, who is not ready? He told us it's not gonna be easy board, stuff like this. Okay, got you, Sergeant Major. I already studied, but I am nervous and excited. You know, it's like different things. Anyway, they go off the alphabetical order. When they came to my name, they called my name. There was Corporal. She was my sponsor. She went inside and introduced me why I'm deserving to be a sergeant or NCO. And then they told me, you have 10 seconds to knock on the door and come in. And then I knock on the door. You have to like knock it hard. Some of the Command Sergeant Major, they don't want that, but most of them, they want that. You have to be loud when you knock on the door. And then they say enter, I enter. After you enter the room, don't turn your back to the board members. Unless they give you facing movement, don't turn your back to them. You enter from the door and close the door behind you and marching to the center and then salute the Command Sergeant Major. For example, I was saying Sergeant Kizmaz reporting to President of the board. He salute me and then he drop his hand and after him I'm dropping my hand too. Don't drop your hand before him as well. That's the custom and courtesy. After that, the Command Sergeant Major gave me facing movement, left, right, marching like a couple steps in the room, and then he told me go ahead, sit. After that, Command Sergeant Major start asking questions. He asked me about myself, about my biography, stuff like that. And then he asked me about the current event going on, and I explained that as well. And then he told me, do you know the NCO creed? I said, yes, Command Sergeant Major. And then he told me, recite the NCO creed. I stand up, position of attention, and then I recited the NCO creed. Loud and proud, guys. Don't be shy over there. You gotta impress them, like with your talking, with your action, with your like everything else. And then he told me, do you know First Corps song? I said, yes, Command Sergeant Major. He told me, go ahead, sing the song. I sing the First Corps song as well, and then he told me, have a seat. The first sergeant started asking me questions. Each first sergeant asked me basically 2 questions. And then Sergeant Major told me, you dismissed. I stand up again and salute the Sergeant Major and then get out the room. That was like basically it. After I get out, they made their decisions. And then they talked to my sponsor, how I did everything else. And then they called me back again to the room to give me the results, like if I'm passing or I failed. Command Sergeant Major was asking me, what do you think, how you did? I told him, Command Sergeant Major, I think I did well. And he told me, yes, you did well. He said, congratulations, you passed the board and we're gonna recommend you for the rank of sergeant. And then I basically get out the room again with my sponsor. Let's explain the Staff Sergeant board. So Staff Sergeant board was easy for me, easier than the Sergeant board, because they basically didn't ask me too much questions. Everything same happened, like I enter marching, facing movement, and then Sergeant Major told me to sit. Sergeant Major asked me about my biography. He told me those 4 sergeants is gonna ask you questions and see if you are ready or not for the rank of Staff Sergeant. The first one was sharp related question and scenario based. Since I was sharp rep for the platoon, I knew that answer because I was given a lot of sharp class to the company or different company as well. That was easy question. Another first sergeant asked me about the suicide ideation. If you have like soldiers come to you, tell you I have suicide ideation, what you gonna do? That was easy too, because when I was in CQ, I had that incident happen to me, and then I take care of the soldier properly. I explained that what I did when I was in CQ. The first sergeants over there, they get impressed. The last first sergeant, basically he didn't ask anything else. He asked me, what is your MOS? I told him, first sergeant, my MOS is 88. My Command Sergeant Major congrats me, hey, you passed the board, but I have another question for you. And then he asked me about like motivation stuff question, which is I am good on it. And then Sergeant Major said, you dismissed. That was Staff Sergeant board. So as I said in the beginning, don't scare to go to the promotion board. They are human like us. They have rank on their chest. Command Sergeant Major, first sergeants, they're not gonna bite you. They're not gonna like yell at you if you not answer the question right. Either you get peace status or no peace status. It's not big deal technically. But if you gonna go the board, prepare yourself from now on. You can get the MOI from your company or S1 and then start study those topics on the MOI and get yourself ready. Start memorize the NCO creed no matter what rank you are in right now. Of course, you already should know the Army song, the Soldier's creed, because you've been in basic training and AIT. Get yourself ahead of the game. So basically that's it for the Sergeant and Staff Sergeant promotion board. As I always say, stay motivated, stay positive, be all you can be. See you in next videos.